Okay, so I apologize if I'm a little hoarse, but I'm homesick, so I'm recording this from home. You need to have a highlighter and your pencil and your test page. You're going to do this side first, and then at the end of this page, I want you to raise your hand to be checked. Okay, so number one, a light wave travels in a straight path until it hits an object. Once it hits an object, it does one of four things. It can be absorbed, that's the first thing that can happen, or transmitted, that's the second thing, which means it goes through an object, or it can or bend. So you got to figure out which word means the light bends. Sometimes it bounces back or Okay, so we're looking for what happens to the light. It can bend or it can bounce back. Give you a couple of choices to help out. I don't want a pen. It could be it refriends, it reflects, it vibrates, or it refracts. So we'll use two of those to fill in your blanks. The first one means it bends. The second one means it bounces back. Number two, my grandma lives in Virginia Beach. We go to visit her every summer. My favorite thing to do is to go swimming. Sometimes we get to jump off of the pier, but we can only do that when the water is deep enough. Grandma says the water level is affected by tides, which are controlled by the That seems really weird since it is so far away. I guess is really a strong force. Okay, so some hints. The first one, the water level is affected by tides. Well, what is it that is so far away up in the sky that controls the tides? That goes in A. B, I guess, is a really strong force. This is the force that holds us down on the earth. What is it? The force that holds us down onto the earth. Number 3, draw a compression wave that includes a bracket to indicate wavelength. So picture the wavelengths that we practiced drawing before. Make a compression wave with the parts pressed together, and then draw a bracket to show one wavelength. You can pause this if you need to. Number 4, give 2 examples of vertebrates and 2 examples of invertebrates. So just think of 2 animals that are vertebrates. You should know what that means. 2 that are invertebrates. You should know what that means. Again, pause it if you need to. Number 5, use the letters next to each term to complete the diagram. So we have plant cells on the left, animal cells on the right. You need to decide where each one goes. A is cell wall. Does that go under plant cells, animal cells, or both? You can just write the letter A if you want. B, spherical. Remember, a sphere is like our globe. Which one is spherical? Plant cells, animal cells, or both? C, chloroplasts. Big old hint, chloroplasts are where certain types of cells make their own food. Like chlorophyll is in the chloroplasts. Plant cells, animal cells, or both. D, cell membrane. Plant cells, animal cells, or both. E, rectangular. Plant cells, animal cells, or both. F, nucleus. Plant cells, animal cells, or both. At this point, I need you to pause the recording and raise your hand so I can check your page. And then I'll show you what to do for the next side. Okay, so now you need to open up an extra tab up at the top so that you can toggle back and forth between SOL Pass or whatever resources to help you with this. Number 1, write the heading that belongs at the top of each column on the chart. I've given you one. This says how plants reproduce. That is SOL 4.4 in SOL Pass. Okay, so you can go in there and look. The first type is going to have spores. You need to figure out what the other type has. An example of a plant that reproduces with spores is a moss or mosses. Pine trees are an example of the other type. So you need to go look and see what's the other way that plants reproduce. And then you need to figure out which these go under. Under which column do the following plants belong? Are they going to be spores or the other one? This is a rose plant, which is just a normal plant. This is a fern. So figure out if it's column A, spores, or column B, whatever it was you found. Number 2, wearing which hat and scarf would cause someone to experience static electricity? This is SOL 4.3 in SOL Pass. I got rid of this one because it might have tricked some people. But we have A, C, and D. You need to look at the charges and see which one would create static electricity. Number 3, this is SOL 4.6. So you can go on SOL Pass and look. Which instrument did the meteorologist use to get the information for this morning's weather report? And here's his report. Look at his hair. It's blowing in the wind. Hold on to your hats today, folks. The wind is blowing 30 miles per hour here at the studio. There's going to be lots of sunshine today, but with very breezy conditions. This is Channel 4's meteorologist, Ted Gust, reporting. So you need to look at these instruments, go on SOL Pass, see which one would be used in this weather report. Number 4, for which task would you use a balance? Now here is a picture, a visual of a balance. So you need to think about what could be measured using this tool. A, Jenny wants to see how much weight her puppy has gained this month. B, Anne needs to measure out 30 milliliters of milk for her kitten. C, Mrs. Frost wants the class to measure how much rain will fall during the week. D, Tess and Miguel want to know which weighs more, 10 pennies or 10 nickels. Visualize what you could actually put on this balance. Number 5, Tippy Turtle is able to get the energy he needs to grow and survive in his habitat because he, A, soaks every day in water from the pond where he lives. B, often lies out in the sun to absorb the sun's energy. C, is part of a food web. D, searches for food in other habitats. This can be found in SOL Pass under 4.5 for energy, if you scroll down and look to see how it is that animals in habitats get their energy. You can raise your hand if you need me to read you part of anything on SOL Pass. Good luck.